Hey guys, it's Ro. Welcome back to my channel. So I have been getting a lot of requests for simple recipes. So that's exactly what we're gonna be doing today. One of my favorite simple recipes is Rice Krispie treats. These are just like the ones my mom used to make for me. I love these for so many reasons, one of which you don't need a lot of ingredients. You just need Rice Krispies, marshmallows, and a little bit of butter, and we put it on the stove. These treats are also very adaptable. Like if you have someone in your family who can't have dairy or you want to make them vegan, really easy fix. You can substitute and get mini vegan marshmallows, which they make. They have vegan ones, and instead of regular butter, you can get vegan butter. Then you got vegan, dairy-free Rice Krispie treats. Now, I love the classic recipe. It is delicious, but today I'm gonna share not one, not two, not three, but wait, no, not four, but five. Five delicious Rice Krispie treat recipes that'll just up your crispy game. They are delicious. For those of you who've been watching for a long time, you know that we've made a variety of crispy recipes over the years. Yum, 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 yum. Lately, I've been making a lot of fun flavored Rice Krispie treats, and they are inspired by a bakery that I visited a while ago in New York, where they had the whole thing was Rice Krispie treats, but all gourmet flavors. There were so many different flavors, and it got me thinking, let's get creative. You know, I could take this classic and step it up a notch. And that's exactly what we're gonna do today. The first crispy treat recipe that we're making today is my personal favorite, mint chocolate chip. It ties with the classic original, but it is so good. So let's get started. For each recipe that we're making today, I will put all of the ingredients and the measurements in the description down below. So if you want to follow along at home, you can. All right, but we're starting with the best. I'm not saving it for last. I am biased. I love mint chocolate chip. It is my favorite ice cream flavor. So it is also my favorite Rice Krispie treat flavor. You know, because when you're home by yourself, you gotta treat yourself. All you'll need: 5 cups of Rice Krispies, 1 cup of chocolate chips, 3 tablespoons of butter, half a teaspoon of peppermint extract, a little drop of green food coloring. This is optional, you don't have to, but I like to see the color, and a 10-ounce bag of mini marshmallows. First step is easy. Take your marshmallows and butter over to the stove. Turn the heat to low. In a large saucepan, melt the butter. Once melted, add all of the marshmallows and stir until fully melted. This usually takes about 6 minutes. Then remove from heat and take it back to your baking station. I just took the marshmallows off the stove. It's still hot, and while it's hot, you're gonna add your peppermint extract. And trust me, a little bit goes a long way. There's a lot of flavor in this extract. And just a drop of green food coloring. This is optional. I just want a little bit of color. Then mix together till well combined. Ooh, look at that. That looks like mint chocolate chip ice cream, and this smells so good. Here, pro tip, you want to work fast while the marshmallows are still really warm. Add your Rice Krispie cereal. So I'm just gonna pour in about half, then using the big spoon, fold together, then I'll add the other half. This is perfect. This is what you want. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Next step, we're gonna pour all of the Rice Krispie mixture into a pan. The pan that I'm using is a 9 by 13 like casserole dish. It's just a glass one. And then I've got a piece of parchment paper as well, just to help them not stick. So just grease your pan, place your parchment paper down. I like to keep a little bit of overhang so it's really easy to pop the crispy treats out, and it's okay if these 2 sides aren't covered with parchment paper. That's totally fine. Then I'm just gonna give one last little spray on top, very light, doesn't need a lot. Now into the pan we go, you delicious treats. Oh, and if you're short like me, you have to hold the pan up really high because your counters are high. Quick taste test. Perfect. Okay, once your treats are in the pan, we're gonna press it flat using your hands, but I'm gonna use a piece of parchment paper to press on top because this is really sticky. It's hard to get off your fingers. Just keep pressing with your hands until the crispy treats are evenly spread in the bottom of the pan. Then we're gonna let them sit out to cool at room temperature for about 30 minutes. Then we'll put some toppings on. Crispy treats are looking good. Last step is to put on our chocolate topping. Because this recipe is mint chocolate chip and I didn't mix them in, I'm gonna be melting my chocolate chips in the microwave and then pouring the chocolate over the top to make it mint chocolate chips. Pop your chocolate chips in the microwave until fully melted. Once melted, we're gonna pour over the top of our treats. Ooh, just be careful, it's a little toasty. Then using a spatula, spread the chocolate evenly on top to make it look really clean. I give it a little jiggle. You wanna do this while the chocolate is still warm. Just jiggle, whoa, and look how smooth it got. Yes, pretty smooth. Ow! First recipe is complete. You're gonna leave it out at room temperature for 30 minutes to completely cool and let the chocolate harden. And while it's cooling, we're gonna make our next recipe. Now that I've made my favorite crispy recipe, I'm gonna make my boyfriend's favorite. Fun story, I woke up in the middle of the night when we were living in our little apartment, and Mike, who does not cook, who does not hardly ever bake, was making peanut butter Rice Krispie treats for himself. And I had no idea he loves this recipe so much. I made it one time on Dirty Dummies and he fell in love with it, and he was making it on his own. If you like peanut butter and you like Rice Krispie treats, this is for you. And Mike, look what I'm doing. I don't usually do this, but for this treat, I'm gonna top it with melted chocolate, just like the last recipe. So this is peanut butter chocolate, Michael.
Yum!
For the peanut butter Rice Krispie treats, just like before, you're gonna have 5 cups of crispy cereal, 1 10-ounce bag of mini marshmallows, 3 tablespoons of butter, 2/3 cup of creamy peanut butter. I prefer the creamy because it's just easier to mix in. It's a little smoother. Next part is totally optional, but I'm gonna coat the top of these treats with 2 cups of melted chocolate chips. Now take your butter and marshmallows over to the stove. Turn the heat to low. In a large saucepan, melt the butter. Once melted, add all of the marshmallows and stir until fully melted. This usually takes about 6 minutes. Then remove from heat and take it back to your baking station. Immediately scoop in your peanut butter to your marshmallow mix and mix till well combined. Oh, this smells so good. Once it's all the same color, mix in the Rice Krispies. This may be one of the stickiest recipes because of all of the peanut butter, but once it's mixed in, pour it into a greased and lined pan, just like before. Oh, the nice thing about it is it comes out all together. Look at that.
I want to eat that.
Mike, you're gonna have to share. Again, using your hands, we're gonna press the Krispies down flat into the pan. Our peanut butter treats are looking smooth in the pan. Now melt your chocolate chips and pour over the top. Ooh, look how good. Oh my gosh, this looks and smells amazing. Mike, I'm very impressed by your self-control over there. I would have thought by now you've already would have taken this from me.
I snuck a few bites.
Michael. Then again, using a big spatula, smooth the chocolate out over the top and give it a jiggle. Peanut butter chocolate Rice Krispie treats complete. Now set off to the side at room temperature for 30 minutes to let everything cool and set. And while this delicious treat is cooling, we're gonna make our next recipe. This next recipe is really fun. It's birthday cake Rice Krispies. In my family, on your birthday, sometimes we incorporate birthday themes into foods that aren't just traditional cakes. For example, my mom used to make me birthday pancakes, which is a regular pancake, but just has a lot of sprinkles in them. This idea is really simple and fun and has a little twist. So again, we're using 5 cups of Rice Krispie cereal, 3 tablespoons of butter, 1 10-ounce bag of mini marshmallows, but we're also gonna be adding half a cup of instant cake mix. And these are like from the box cakes. You can use yellow cake mix or vanilla cake mix. I'm using the white vanilla cake mix. Half a cup of rainbow sprinkles to give it that funfetti vibe, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then to top these treats, I'm just gonna be using a little bit of vanilla frosting and some more sprinkles, however many you'd like. All right, let's get this party started. Take your butter and your marshmallows over to the stove. Turn the heat to low. In a large saucepan, melt the butter. Once melted, add all of the marshmallows and stir until fully melted. This usually takes about 6 minutes. Then remove from heat and take it back to your baking station. Ooh, got our melted marshmallows. Now let's add our other ingredients. We're gonna add a little bit of instant cake mix and vanilla extract. Then mix together until well combined. These 2 ingredients are gonna make these treats Tastes like a vanilla cake. Yeah.
It looks like cake batter.
Oh, it smells like it too. Next, fold in your cereal, and lastly, your sprinkles. Ooh, time to turn this cake into a birthday cake. Pour in all the rainbow sprinkles. Look at that. That's birthday fun in a pot.
Best birthday ever.
Fold together and pour into the pan. Once again, we're gonna smooth out the top using our hands with the help of a little piece of parchment paper. Looking good. Now this recipe's a little bit different. We're gonna let them sit out right now for a half hour at room temperature to allow the treats to completely cool before we put frosting on the top, because we don't want our frosting to melt. Just like when you make a cake, you wanna make sure it's completely cooled before you ice it. Otherwise, that frosting is just gonna turn the mush. Once the Crispies have cooled, we're gonna spread some frosting on top and then top them with some sprinkles. I'm gonna ice these treats just like I would a cake. I put some frosting into a piping bag, and I'm just gonna frost the top and smooth it out with a spatula. Lastly, add the sprinkles on top just like you would a birthday cake. You can put on as many as you like. Look at this, Molly. Look how many I'm putting on. Birthday cake Rice Krispies are done, and I'm gonna set this off to the side while we make our 4th crispy treat recipe. Next recipe is fresh and perfect for spring because we've got fresh lemons in the backyard. We're gonna make lemon bar Krispies. If you like lemon bars, it's gonna be like if a lemon bar and a Rice Krispie treat had a baby. Yum. To make these, we're using 5 cups of Rice Krispies, 1 10-ounce bag of mini marshmallows, 3 tablespoons of butter, half a teaspoon of lemon extract, zest of 1 lemon, and 1 tablespoon of the juice, topped with 1 cup of white chocolate chips. Totally optional, but I'm gonna be using 1 drop of yellow food coloring. Let's get down to citrus business. This recipe is a little bit different because we're gonna start with juicing and zesting the lemon. Got a large lemon on a cutting board in front of me and a zester. Ooh, these are one of my favorite. I love them. It's a very fine blade. It's hard to hurt yourself. I've had larger zesters before and I've actually cut my finger, but these are so little that it's very hard to hurt yourself, which I appreciate. If you've never zested a fruit before, you just take your fruit, gently apply pressure. Just keep doing this till it gets really smooth and it turns a white color, and you work it all the way around the lemon. And right here, all of these shavings are the fresh zest. This looks great. Just gonna put it in this little bowl. Time for some lemon juice. Using a sharp cutting knife, be careful, don't get your fingers. You're gonna cut the lemon in half and then juice each half. I'm just gonna press down. Get all that fresh citrus juice, yum, yum, yum. Give it a squeeze. When I'm juicing a small amount of fruit, like just 1 or 2, I just use a little hand juicer, but when it's a lot, I use the electric one. Now we're gonna pour our fresh juice into this little bowl, but I've got a little strainer here to catch the seeds. We got all of our fresh lemon ingredients. Now you know the drill. Take the butter and the marshmallows over to the stove. Turn the heat to low. In a large saucepan, melt the butter. Once melted, add all of the marshmallows and stir until fully melted. This usually takes about 6 minutes. Then remove from heat and take it back to your baking station. Hot, fresh, off the stove. Now add your fresh lemon ingredients to your marshmallow mix. Add your lemon juice, lemon zest, and lemon extract. Then mix together till well combined. You should smell the freshness. It should smell like a delicious, freshly squeezed lemon. Ooh, this is making me want a lemon drop. Now fold in your Rice Krispies. I like to do it half at a time because working with smaller amounts is just more manageable for me. Mix together until all of the cereal is coated with yummy, fresh, marshmallowy gooey. That's a technical term, Mike, okay? Just so everybody's aware. Oh, that smells so good, so fresh. Pour all the Krispies into the pan. Once again, we're gonna smooth out the top using our hands with the help of a little piece of parchment paper. Oh my gosh, little stickly wiggly, come here. Oh, oh. Out. It's nice and flat. I'm gonna set this off to the side to cool for about 30 minutes. While the lemon treats are cooling, we are gonna prepare the white chocolate drizzle. First step, heat it up. You want it to be all melted. Then I'm gonna add a drop of yellow food coloring. This part's totally optional, but I wanted the treats to look yellow and bright. Whenever you want to color chocolate, just be sure to use an oil-based food color. Not gel, not water, you just want it to be an oil-based food color. White chocolate is melted and I'm just gonna mix in 1 drop of oil-based yellow food coloring. Mix together to get a light yellow tint. Our white chocolate is now a yellow chocolate and I'm just going to scoop this into a piping bag to make drizzling a little bit easier. If you don't have a piping bag though, you can just use a spoon and drizzle it over the top of the Krispies. Our Krispies have chilled and now I'm gonna decorate the top with our white chocolate drizzle. I'm gonna drizzle our chocolate diagonally, zigzag back and forth, and then go the other way. But this is your chance to get creative. You can drizzle however you'd like. Lemon bar Rice Krispies already. I'm gonna set these off to the side to allow the chocolate to harden, and we're gonna make our last crispy treat recipe. Last recipe for today, cookies and cream Rice Krispie treats. This recipe is so good. If you love Oreos, you may fall in love with this. The things you'll need for this recipe will be 5 cups of Rice Krispie treats, 1 10-ounce bag of mini marshmallows, 3 tablespoons of butter, and then 12 Oreos chopped, just all chopped up. Then for the toppings, you'll need 1 cup of white chocolate chips and 6 Oreos crushed. For the final time, I've washed this pot like 4 times a day. Take your butter and marshmallows over to the stove. Turn the heat to low. In a large saucepan, melt the butter. Once melted, add all of the marshmallows and stir until fully melted. This usually takes about 6 minutes. Then remove from heat and take it back to your baking station. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Hello, marshmallow fluff. Mix in the cereal first and then your crushed Oreos. I could do this all day, and I actually have been doing this all day. It's starting to get dark outside, but this is not getting old to me. I could do this forever. That's that classic recipe. But now, cookies and cream. Sprinkle them in, gently fold into the Krispies. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Oh, this looks just like cookies and cream ice cream. Check that out. Yum. Into the pan we go. This moment is so satisfying, but also makes me a little sad because it is the last time we're gonna take our hands and smooth out the top of our Krispies. Yum! Now I'm gonna set this off to the side to cool and melt our white chocolate chips. I melted the white chocolate chips in the microwave and now I'm just gonna scoop it into a piping bag. If you don't have a piping bag at home, again, that's fine. You can just take a spoon and drizzle it over the top of your Krispies. But I'm gonna be using a piping bag to get a little bit more control. To top these treats, I'm just gonna drizzle over the top and sprinkle some crushed Oreos. I cut a larger hole in the piping bag so we'll get a larger drizzle, covering more surface area so that the Oreos will stick to the chocolate. Okay, I'm just gonna sprinkle them over the top. Just a little bit for extra cookie crunch. Cookies and cream Rice Krispie treats look amazing and they are finally done. I'm gonna set them off to the side for about 10 minutes to allow the chocolate to harden, and then all 5 recipes are done. Ready to eat, ready to enjoy, ready to nom 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 nom. And ta-da, there you have it. We made 5 different Rice Krispie treat recipes today. We made mint chocolate chip, peanut butter chocolate, birthday cake, lemon bar, and cookies and cream. Let me know in the comments down below which treat would be your favorite flavor. You know mine, it's definitely the mint chocolate chip. And my boyfriend Mike's, Mr. Husky, is peanut butter chocolate. Steph likes cookies and cream, and this is a close second. This one's so good, oh my gosh. A big thank you to you all for suggesting simple recipes. I have been loving making these. I'll be posting a bunch of pictures and the recipes on my social media and my website, so go check it out there, RosannaPansino.com. And if you guys make any of these treats, please take a picture and send it to me. I love seeing your baking creations. It just makes me happy. It makes my day. And don't forget to use the hashtag #RoRecipe so that I can find it. And if you've been liking these baking videos, give this video a thumbs up, click subscribe, and ring the bell to receive notifications every time I post a new video. All right, now I'm gonna get these cut up into cute little squares and save some for me and then mail some off to friends because I've got some treats to share. Side note, my arms are so sore. If you bake this much, you can skip arm day because that was today. They are just like floppy, like they're almost like numb feeling. Woo, this is a great workout and I'm not even done yet. I have to cut little squares. All right, let's get to cutting. Bye-bye. And if you'd like to watch any other videos, you can click up here or up here. This is a TikTok dance. Boom, nailed it.